Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of J Bros Cooking. I eat that, and today it is officially June. And what are we all so excited about every June?
National Donut Day!
That's right, Donut Day. If you thought it was something else, well,
Last year we reviewed, who did we review last year? We reviewed Bosa Donuts,
Bosa Donuts, Rainbow Donuts, and Lucky Donuts.
Lucky's, and
Rainbow charged you for like the box, right?
and Lamar's Donuts. And Lamar was the winner. So this year, we had talked about it last year, we remembered, we said we want to do a grocery store shootout. So now wherever you live in the country, you probably have different grocery stores. So for us, we picked like the top 3 grocery stores in our area, and we got donuts.
So this is Bash's'. Bash's' is a local. If you're not from Arizona,
Bash's' is strictly Arizona.
If you're here though and you're like going to a grocery store, hit them up. They usually have pretty good donuts. They did disappoint me this morning because when I got off work at 7 o'clock. I went straight there from work, 7:30 in the morning, no donuts in sight. Just kind of like, there's like a donut shop right across the street, a Bosa. I mean, I would just be like, I'd get my donuts out early so people would be like, hey.
So they're ready to go. So that's Bash's'. Then we also picked up, well, technically they're from Albertsons, but Safeway bought out Albertsons, so it's now the same thing. So it's technically this is 2 stores. We have both in Arizona, Albertsons and Safeway, but it's now owned by the same company, so same recipe regardless of what store you go to. And then we also went to Fry's, which nationally is Kroger, correct?
Hey, do you think someone copyrighted wind chimes? And we're going to get like copyrighted on that?
Someone's like, that's my tune back there. And so these are Kroger. So from all 3 stores, we got 2 glazed donuts and a maple. Maple's my favorite, so I picked up a maple.
I always try to just do glazed because that's like the standard. And John always shows up
with a maple because I
with
like
maple and filled.
Last year
cream filled. John's a big fan of cream.
Last year I got Joe Jelly from all the stores.
I do like jelly. I'm not gonna lie. I love a raspberry filling. I love a cherry filling. My diabetes loves it too.
All right, so who do you want to try first, Joey?
I want to try. I hold Bash's' to a really high standard. I've always loved their donuts.
Their bakery as a whole.
So I'm gonna taste theirs first.
Okay.
Like if I eat it last, I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's better. I want to taste it first.
And then
taste the other ones. So I'm going in. So this is a nice. It's got a nice fluff to it, and from what I've been told, they always make stuff fresh in their bakery. Now I worked at Albertsons.
I'm thinking they do since they didn't have them out this morning ready to go.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe they were mixing up that donut dough, whatever they do. I worked at Albertsons from '98 to about 2010, and they pull them out of the freezer. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen them do it. Unless they don't anymore. Let me try this.
I love a good maple. That's a good donut.
Nice and dense. It's definitely not that Krispy Kreme where it feels like you're biting into air.
Which is good sometimes,
yeah,
but it gets old after a while.
Like sometimes I just want to eat one donut, not like a whole. Like it looks
whole
fatter
dozen?
if I'm eating a dozen donuts, and then I eat one donut from Bash's' and I'm full.
All right, so that was a good donut. I love maple. I've had bad maple donuts before. I really like the flavoring of that maple. And I've told Joe, I'm like, you know, the Bash's' donuts visually didn't like look that great appealing today. I don't know why, but Joe's saying the taste was there. So
Yeah.
All right, who next, Joey?
Let's hit up Kroger Fry's.
All right, that's this one.
You know, it's called Fry's here. It's like Fred Meyer's and everything else in other states. Yeah, so John got this little maple, and then I'm just gonna bite the glaze.
Ooh, this feels a little drier to me.
Yeah.
Decent donut. I believe we paid 89 cents a piece here. Bash's' was 89 cents. These are also 89 cents a piece. Good donut, but a bit more on the dense side.
Didn't I say that one was dense?
Well, you said dense, but like this is dense in a bad way, like
It's
dry.
like dense and like you need to dip it in something to chew it.
Yeah. Moving on, Safeway / Albertsons.
Now, I loved Albertsons for years. The problem is,
Ooh, Albertsons fried chicken.
these companies get bought out and sold. Like, it was like a great place to work for, and then it was just like, you know what? Peace out.
I want to do, not to change the subject, but a grocery store fried chicken shootout.
We're gonna do that too. Is there a National Fried Chicken Day?
There's a National Everything Day, basically. All right, grab your glaze. I'm gonna go with my maple.
That's a dark maple. It almost looks like a
is.
chocolate.
This donut, okay, this donut feels better than Fry's' does. That's a good donut.
That is, but you said one that was this the one that was kind of sweating? Because the icing, you can kind of see.
Yeah,
like
the icing was like, and if you see, if we have, I got some pictures, like you could see it in the case, like where the donuts have been removed, the icing was like, had like melted off, like you see rings of icing like all over the place. Now on
this
mine,
one-
the icing was good. Yours looks very
Yeah, the
minimal.
glaze seems like it was put into like kind of like a humid environment and melted the glaze.
Yeah, 'cause it
a
wasn't-
little bit.
it wasn't
It's
hot in the
not
store.
bad, but so this is my take on it. Ready?
Go, then I'll go.
I'm just gonna go Bashes all day long. They're still my number one for grocery store, and then I'm gonna come in at Albertsons. Albertsons might have been right up there with Bashes if their thing hadn't been melted, and then Fry's, Kroger. They're my least favorite.
Which is
But-
unfortunate because our brother
Yeah.
used to work there
Yeah, my brother used to work there.
They've gone
and I'm
downhill,
assuming that,
apparently.
yeah,
since he's
he
left.
either stole the recipe or just ate all those good supplies that were there.
I do know Fry's is based on Abraham making them. He said they were frozen, correct?
Yeah, he said they were frozen. If I were to go back to Fry's, unless they were like marked down like a dozen for like 99 cents or something, I'd probably just go hit up Entenmann's.
Yeah. For me, I'm actually the same as Joe. Bash's was my number one, followed by Safeway, Albertsons, and Fry's being my third. Now, I will honestly say, Safeway surprised me. Visually, I was thinking that Fry's was going to be over, I was going to like them better. It was a dry donut. I didn't like it. Texture-wise and moisture-wise, I really like Safeway. Safeway would have been like probably tied with Bash's for me, except for the fact that the maple flavoring was a little bit better at Bash's. And so like donut-wise, almost the same donut, to be honest. It was almost the same donut, but then when it came down to, like, I like maple, the maple flavoring on Bash's was just a little bit higher. But those two almost a tie for me, to be perfectly honest. And then Fry's fell. We're not rating them by number, but it fell honestly pretty far below the
Yeah,
other
we're
two.
gonna stop. Like, we're gonna continue to rate numbers, but there might be sometimes like when we go to events or something. Like we just did a food truck thing. We're gonna just start doing things like yeah, I definitely eat that again, because it's like we're doing multiple stuff, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of like we're eating so many different foods, and like
And that's our slogan. I'd eat that, right? Either
Yeah.
we would or we wouldn't. But at the end of the day, like even bad foods, because we're fatties.
yeah, we
eat
always
that.
end up eating bad food. We're fat. It's just like when I go to a food truck and I spent $200 and I have to wait like 3 hours for the food. It's kind of like, okay.
Now, guys, tomorrow is, like we said, National Donut Day. So get out there, use it as an excuse to go buy yourself some donuts, enjoy the day.
Well, let me just put this in there real quick, Johnson,
ahead.
because if you're like my sisters who have nothing better to do,
There's a lot of free donuts probably being given.
there's a lot of different offers. Look them up online. Go play that game. Go buy the cup of coffee usually at Dunkin'. I know if you buy a cup of coffee or
Get
a
a
drink
free
or something.
donut.
And don't quote me on these. These are just like old things that have happened in the past. So you might want to like look it up and see what's going on. But usually
You can score some free donuts
at
on.
donut places, I don't think it's going to happen at the grocery store, because it's just kind of like they're like, whatever. It's our bakery. But if it's an actual donut place, usually they're offering some kind of deal. Ask them. And if not, buy some donuts.
We appreciate it if you give us a like and a subscribe. Follow us on all of our social media at JBros Cooking. And like we always say, Joey,
It's always better when you review it yourself.
JBros out.